The third dimensional energy is going down a very dark path. It's going to get darker and it's going to get darker. And then the 5D energy, it's kombucha, it's puppies, it's back scratches, it's when you feel like you have to sneeze and it feels like a mini head orgasm. That's 5D energy. And what we are seeing right now on the planet is a shifting from the 3D energy into the orgasm sneezing of the fifth dimensional energy. But what we have to do is we have to decide and make the shift out of the duality, the control, the manipulation, the fear that's being projected on the media into a new level of consciousness. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing in this video and talking about is the 5 signs that you're in high vibration energy, in 5D level of consciousness, so that you don't get lost, stuck in the chaos, the control, and the manipulation that's being spewed at you. So let's talk about that right now. The first sign that you're moving into the 5th dimensional level of energy is that you've finally stopped caring about gurus. Gurus, people that you might look up to. And you realize that whatever they have inside of them, you have inside of you. Instead of the savior complex with something else that happens with 5D energy, where we are waiting for someone to come save us, we're waiting for some type of currency to be released to us so we can finally be abundant, we're waiting for the ETs to land to give them their free technology so we can clean up the planet, and we're waiting for all of these things, and guess what? Waiting and the vibration of waiting causes more and more waiting. But the vibration of being, you get more. You just get more. Not only do you get more, but you feel more present to the moment. And you enjoy the freaking process. Let me give you an example. I'm in the process right now of buying a house. I'm actually at my old house right now, my rental house in Austin, and I'm getting ready to move into this cool house that I got, that I'm excited about, that's in nature and stuff like that. And you'll probably see it soon on social media and stuff like that, as I post about it and share my life. I'm sometimes afraid to share my life because it looks like I'm bragging or something, but I'll share authentically my life of me living in this new cool house. However, this process of even this week, I've been waiting and waiting and waiting for certain paperwork to be done so we could finally move in and stuff. But I realized that the vibration of waiting, when is it going to happen? It almost like prolongs the process, and intuitively what I think is it actually causes more problems. It causes more things to come into place. So imagine if we're waiting for 5D energy to come, we're waiting for the ETs to land to give us technology, we're waiting for this dinar money to be just out of nowhere, just to come and give us abundance. It's waiting. The vibration of waiting is causing us to stay blocked. Now, the sign that you're moving into 5D is you're starting to become aware. What am I waiting for? Why can't I be the change that I wish to see in the world? I did that back in 2017 when I started making videos. I said, screw this, I'm not waiting any longer. I'm going to be Aaron D version of me making videos every day. And I did that and my life changed. So the first sign that you are really shifting to this new 5D energy is you stopped waiting and you started being. You started being this ideal version of you. All right, so this shift that you make changes everything. Now, the energy and the stilts that the 3D level of consciousness is on is duality, separation, control. It's where a lot of things, it's like the corporate politics. We need to suck up to the manager. There's a lot of hierarchical energy there. And it's like this power dynamic of waiting for authorities to tell you if you're good enough, to tell you if you're good, if you're safe. This new level of consciousness, though, is more so where we're empowered from the inside out and we are being this ideal version of ourselves, and everyone is just as important, and we're really almost empowered to be leaders. So the hierarchy is the old, the new version, and the new empowered version of ourselves is us embodying and making the change, making the shift into this new us. Now, first off as well, just to give a little explanation here, 5D energy, 3D energy. Dolores Cannon's talked a lot about this in her books. Bashar, The Law of One. There's a shift in consciousness happening on the planet in this lifetime. And the shift is from the old paradigm of control, manipulation, the media, the corporate stuff that's ran everything, the fear, into this new level of consciousness that is here right now. It's not that we're going to get there one day. It's the energy is here. We just have to embody it. And 5D energy is more about vibration. It's more about being present to the moment. It's more about enjoying life and feeling connected. It's more about community. That's something else that we're finding. And that actually is the second sign that you're moving into 5D, is you have this desire to connect with people of similar values. That desire alone is like what we are doing on the collective consciousness right now, and in it is we are teaming up energy fields together to create a powerful transformation on the planet. Because the way that the current system of 3D is set up is that people understand on the planet that if you keep people in a low level of consciousness, if you invade them with fear and control and manipulation, they're much easier to control because they're in fear and they're disempowered. But what the Maharishi effect shows, when thousands of people all over the world come together with unified intention of peace, love, and harmony and all that stuff, all that hippy-dippy stuff, it literally changes the collective consciousness on the planet. It will decrease crime by up to 70% or more. It's crazy, but that's the power of group collective thought. Now, your tendency may be similar to mine and some other people I know, where your trauma from childhood may keep you going inwards and not wanting to connect with others because it's safer to be in. But right now, you're probably feeling the call to connect with other like-minded people, to connect with people you're deep down resonate with. The more you open up to others, it's like the more you transform. You are not meant to go through this transformation alone. You are meant to team up with other people. You're meant to be connected. And realize that the more you open up and the more you allow yourself to be connected to other people, the more you will transform. It's the time of being the lone wolf in the family, the weird one that's into crystals, that likes these spiritual concepts. You're not meant to just be that weirdo your whole life. You're meant to connect with others and own that weirdness. That's what I did. I owned it. I sit at home at the end of the night and I pet my rose quartz crystal and people look at me funny and I'm like, I don't care, I own this. Okay, I don't really pet a rose quartz crystal, but I don't care what you think, even if it is weird. So the third step to this and the third process about this is that it's similar to the first one in the sense that with this process, the key is for you to be this new version of you, but you've made this choice, this calling to just go for what you are most passionate about. It's not so much maybe even for you about the money as it is about the passion, about the lifestyle. And one thing they've showed with the kids coming in nowadays, there's like waves. If you look at Dolores Cannon material in books, it's like the waves of volunteers, the waves of people coming to Earth right now. Because when we come to Earth, we forget who we are, which kind of sucks. It makes it kind of hard. And we go through the process of remembering who we are. And one of the things we came here to do was to shift to a new level of consciousness. But also the newer generation of kids coming in, and even like the millennials, right? Everyone says the millennials are lazy. And one of the reasons that is because millennials are not driven by the old 3D system. Millennials don't want to just make money for a paycheck. Millennials want a vision and a mission. They want to feel a part of something that's greater than themselves. And because they don't feel like they have that, it's like they're lazy. But in actuality, it's just their energy isn't in something that actually fuels them. So the thing that I would encourage all of you to do is to follow your heart and follow the passion. The energy within your heart that lights up when you're doing something, when you start doing it, it changes your whole entire life. When I started going daily on YouTube, when I quit my 9-to-5 job, when I started doing, even now I'm starting to do live events. The Shift Experience Live happens on May 6th, 7th, and 8th of this year, which I'm super excited about. That's my stretch experience. I got safety from making videos. Now it's like, I know that I want to be doing live events. I felt the community, the connection between people, and like the energy of it is so different than me even just making a YouTube video right now. And that's something that I'm excited for because that's going to light up my heart more, and then other people, they'll feel that. It's just an energy that ripples out. So if you're not doing what you love, that is something I highly recommend you embody. And one of the signs that you're moving into 5D energy is that you've started focusing on that energy. You know deep down that there's something out there for you to do or to be that you could just be passionate about that would change your entire life. Now also real quick, May 6th, 7th, and 8th, there's less than 10 spots left for the in-person live event. So if you haven't joined the Shift Experience, it's live in Austin, Texas. More details if you go to theshiftexperience.com. Now is the time to join because they're filling up. If you can't join live, you can join virtually from anywhere in the world. Go to theshiftexperience.com to check it out. But just want to let you know, it's like the last chance to join if you want in person. So meet your high vibe tribe, embody your purpose. Those are the intentions of the shift experience. So super excited as we breath work. I've got Victor Odo, I've got Heather Hoffman, or Activation Vibration. I've got a whole bunch of cool people coming in, my shadow work coach, so I'm excited about this. But anyways, on to the next one. Now, the fourth sign that you moved into 5D has to do with that of 4D, or the 5D energy, and not judging those of 3D. I think sometimes there's this pattern where what happens is we go through a spiritual awakening, we might feel kind of alone in that process, and then we may judge other people. I did this. I judged other people because my friends didn't get me, my family didn't necessarily all understand me, and I just felt very alone. I felt misunderstood, I felt alone. And I developed this belief, this like mentality that kept me safe, and what I believed is these people are all low vibration and don't understand me. That was the belief I created. They don't get me. They don't understand. So what ended up happening is I ended up creating these blocks, these beliefs within myself that said, people don't get me. People don't understand me. There's not a lot of high vibe people out there. Everyone else is asleep. Well, guess what? When you believe everyone else is asleep, people are going to think there's something weird about you because it's like you're judging them, they're going to judge you. What I had to eventually do is let down the walls and connect with people with where they were at, not judge them. And even like 3D, like if there's some people, this is a very big problem in this community, just this spiritual awakening community. People that look into conspiracy theories and stuff like that, it can become a trap. I remember 2 years ago when all that stuff happened in the world, I started going down some of these rabbit holes, and even though some of it may be some stuff that is, some of it may be true, I was having weird-ass dreams at night. I was feeling like disempowered. It's almost like there's so much wrong in the world. There's so much wrong in the world. It's emphasizing the wrong in the world instead of coming together and being the change. Because remember, if there's people in place that have this power, us as a collective consciousness, we've allowed it at a certain point. So the power is in us waking up, not giving it power, not feeling in fear, not like, having to spew the conspiracy theories everywhere, because that is actually breeding more of that energy, but it's actually just to begin to focus on the things that are the positive stuff, not just like we're spiritual bypassing stuff, but it's really choosing where we put our energy. Because the more I focused on the conspiracy theory stuff, the more dark it felt, the less I was able to actually make good videos, the less I was able to actually be myself and to be like the shining light that I intend to be. So I encourage you to be aware and be honest with yourself with how much is this energy that you're embodying, the conspiracy theory rabbit hole, how much is that affecting your energy if you're going down that route? Yes, some people's purpose might be that. I do think some people's purpose is to bring that stuff into the light, but be honest with yourself. Is it your purpose? And is it actually conducive to your energy? Because those timelines are still in 3D, even though they're emphasizing what's wrong. It's like you're staying energetically tied to it. And that's a trap that I see a lot of people fall into, and that's a trap that I do not recommend people continue to be in. So with all of this stuff that we're talking about, and understanding that we are shifting from 3D into 5D, one of the signs that you are also making this transformation right now within yourself is that you're here watching this video. There are millions of people on the planet that do not know what 5D energy is. Not that they need to know in order to ascend, but there are many people that would not even click on this video if they weren't in synchronous alignment with this. So have comfort in knowing that you are an important part of the shift happening on the planet. You are somebody that is waking up to more and more of who you are. There's no coincidence that you're here right now. And what I encourage you to do is to really embody this new you, and to really have the confidence in knowing and the clarity and the focus and the vision of this new world that we're all creating together, this new earth. And for us to create this new earth, it creates connection from our hearts, living from this heart expression, looking at our shadow even when it's uncomfortable, and making these powerful choices about who we are so that we can really transform our life in the most powerful way. Now, I recently did a video with Braca Goldsmith, who is an amazing astrologer, who we talked about the predictions of this year going forward. So if you haven't checked that video out yet, check it out here. It's my interview with Braca. She explains exactly what we can expect to happen with astrology and everything else that's changing as we move on.
This is like a massive portal opening for the potential of many, many, many more souls waking up.
As a world-renowned